The fog hung thick over Oil Drum Lane, smelling faintly of damp horse and rot. Inside the house, the atmosphere was even more suffocating. "It's a trophy, Harold, a work of art," Albert Steptoe cackled, clutching a jagged metallic mask he'd found in a heap of scrap near the common. "It's a health hazard, you dirty old man," Harold yelled, waving a piece of toast. "It's got green glowing bits on it. It's probably radioactive. We'll wake up with extra heads, and I've already got enough trouble with yours." Unbeknownst to the bickering pair, a shimmering distortion crouched atop their pile of rusted bed frames in the yard. The predator, a young hunter on its first solo rite of passage, clicked its mandibles in confusion. Its thermal vision was currently struggling to process the sheer amount of ancient, decaying grime in the Steptoe household. The creature leaped onto the balcony, its cloaking device humming. It moved with lethal grace, prepared to claim the skull of a worthy warrior. Then it saw Albert. The old man was sitting in his tin bath in front of the fire, scrubbing his toes with a brush that looked like it had been used to clean chimneys. The predator's sensors surged. The heat signature coming off Albert's bathwater suggested a chemical composition that shouldn't support life. Harold marched into the room, unaware that a 7-foot intergalactic killing machine was standing right behind him, blades extended. "I'm sick of it, Albert. I'm a man of high aspirations. I should be at the opera, not stuck in Shepherd's Bush with a pile of scrap, and a father who hasn't changed his vest since the coronation." The predator let out a low, rattling growl. Harold froze. He turned slowly, coming face to mask with the creature. "Blimey," Harold whispered, his voice cracking. "Talk about an ugly mug. Did you find this one in the scrap heap too, Dad? It looks like a lobster that's been through a car wash." The predator lunged. Harold dove behind the sofa. "Albert, do something! We're being attacked by a giant space prawn." Albert didn't flinch. He just squinted through the steam of his bath. "Oi, you, prawn face!" The predator paused, tilted its head and scanned Albert. It saw the old man's heart, beating with the stubbornness of a mule and fueled entirely by pickled onions and spite. "You're tracking mud on the lino," Albert roared, splashing soapy gray water at the creature's feet. "I just wiped that. Get out. Go on, op it." The predator looked down at its feet. The acidic, pungent bathwater was actually beginning to corrode its high-tech greaves. It stepped back, confused. This wasn't in the training manuals. "And give us back that mask," Harold shouted, gaining courage from behind a moth-eaten armchair. "That's brass, that is. Worth a few bob." The predator realized there was no honor to be found here. The tall one was a neurotic mess, and the small one appeared to be a biological weapon in human form. It activated its wrist gauntlet, the red symbols flickering. "He's got a calculator," Harold screamed. "He's going to do our taxes to death." With a frustrated shriek, the predator fired its plasma caster, not at the Steptoes, but at the ceiling. A section of the roof collapsed, burying the trophy mask under a pile of Victorian magazines and broken chamber pots. The creature leaped out of the hole in the roof and vanished into the night, likely heading for a planet with higher standards. Silence returned to Oil Drum Lane, save for the sound of rain dripping through the new hole in the roof. "There goes my evening," Harold moaned, looking at the wreckage. "I had a date with a librarian, and now I've got a skylight I didn't ask for." "Quiet, Harold," Albert said, settling back into his murky water. "At least he didn't take the brass, and he's left a lovely bit of scrap metal on the floor. Get it cleaned up. We can probably get a fiver for it at the yard tomorrow." "Oh, you have it, Albert," Harold sighed, sitting down in the dust. "You have it. You're a redundant, prehistoric, scrap-collecting old man, and apparently even the aliens can't stand the sight of you." "Ah, shut up, Harold.